welcome to the Value Podcast, where valuable people attract people of value. I'm Jamel Jackson, your relationship mechanic. I focus on preparing, evaluating, and giving you the tools you need to maintain healthy relationships. I brought some powerful tools on here today too. I got the world-renowned changes of lives through gaming. Let's you introduce yourselves, man. Go ahead.
I'm Adele Holland.
And I'm Omar Holland, and we are the co-founders of Last Couple Standing.
Co-founders?
Yeah.
So who's the other gentleman?
Yeah, so my business partner, Aaron Burks, and his fiance, Cheryl Hunter.
Ah,
yeah.
So it's four?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not the sole people that created it.
Yeah. Now, this game has been known for getting people in some deep trouble, man.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, right. Y'all haven't heard about anything?
Nah.
Yo, listen, I meet all the great, amazing people in the mall, man. So I met these guys in the mall at my stand. I was like, yo, you guys are the ones that made that game right there? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. What made you guys want to come up with this game? Or whose idea was it initially?
It was Aaron's idea to do a card game, because we were working with another friend of ours, a therapist friend, on like trying to create like an online thing. That part was my idea. I was like, I want to do like an online therapy thing, and then we could sell it like an e-course. You know what I'm saying? And so as a lead magnet, we were trying to figure out, me, Lamar, and Aaron. We were trying to figure out what can we give away that people would, you know what I'm saying, like give us an email for. And Aaron was like, yo, you know what? I always wanted to do a card game. And so from there, we started tossing around questions. Then I came home, I told Adele. We started talking about it, throwing around questions and all that stuff like that. We didn't know what the card game was going to be, but through that, we came up with something. And then Aaron had hit me and was like, man, I'm feeling something with this game. I think we should just forget about the therapy thing and just do the card game. Mm-hmm. And so from there, we started talking about how to play it. What would the objective be? She came up with all the crazy questions.
I went right to Walmart and got some index cards and started writing down crazy questions.
So you came up with all the questions?
Not all
of them.
Well, a large majority?
Yeah.
A nice portion.
Yeah. Devious over there.
Yeah. She.
So who came up with the name though?
It was gonna be a couple different names. So that was a community effort. Like, I think I had a couple names. I can't remember what it was. Aaron has some, and so we just threw them in a pot and just texted to like 100 different family members and friends, people that we trusted, and everybody came back and was like, "That Last Couple Standing, that sounds like something." You know what I mean? Yeah.
So has the game, like, I guess, obviously you guys are married. How long you guys been married?
Go ahead.
How long have we been married? We've been married since 2014. We've been together since 1997.
Since 1997.
I don't know what. She talking about 97.
What's your answer?
Go.
Right. What is your answer? That's a good question for the game. What's your answer?
I met you in 97.
Right. Okay.
Hey, move your mic down.
Right, you about to start.
So
you done started.
No,
you done pulled out a question.
She always talking 97. She know
okay, so
it was
we
really.
met in 97. We officially began to date in 99.
There you go. All right, cool.
So okay, this is interesting because couples do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When did you, your answer first.
Okay.
When were you guys together? Were you considered we're together?
It was like 99.
And what about you? You agree?
I agree, because we met in 97. I was still living in New York. He was in North Carolina. I would travel back and forth and visit. It's like my little boo thing, but he wasn't my,
How long was he with your
boo thing?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
About 2 years.
So 2 years, he was just boo thing? He wasn't your man?
I didn't live in North Carolina.
Hey, this new.
Just a little visit.
What's
new?
Me. This new to me.
What, the boo thing?
So hold on. So that whole 2 years, was you like, yo, this is my woman? Or was you like, this is my little boo thing?
No, I was like, this is my little when she come down thing.
Oh.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, you gotta answer the question.
Right. You need a stump card?
Yes.
No.
Give me a stump
We're gonna
card.
get into how the game is played, but
no, seriously, like when we first started talking, because my nephew is like my age. I got a nephew that's like my age, and his girlfriend is her best friend. So that's how we met. You know what I mean? It was a card party or whatever. So we met.
We met at a card game.
At a card.
Spades.
That's
crazy, right?
Oh, Spades, y'all nice with it?
Yeah, real nice.
Y'all ain't nice.
I
with
am.
that.
She be cheating.
Are you
He
good?
be mad at me. I think I'm good, but not as good as him.
I'm gonna hold
he
you.
get
I'm
mad
gonna hold
at
y'all
me.
to that. I
All
got
right,
some
let's
smoke
go
for you.
All right, let's
do
go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but nah, we was kind of talking over the phone. You know, back in them days, it's like beepers and house phones, and every now and again somebody had a cell phone. It wasn't, you know what I mean? So we was talking over the phone. Like when she talked to her friend, I was in Greensboro at the time where her best friend was.
Okay, that's where
Yeah.
you grew up at?
No, I grew up in New York.
Right, but you was
When he
living in
moved there
Greensboro.
about
I was
17
I was
years
living
old.
in I was
Okay.
living in Greensboro. Yeah.
I got peoples out there.
Word? Yeah. So, and then she came down. I think we hung out a couple times and did something we wasn't supposed to be doing at an early age, and then we just kind of stayed together.
Like pit bulls, we got stuck.
Right. Wow.
Okay. So met in '97, and then when y'all get married?
In 2014.
2014.
Yeah, but you can go ahead with the next question though. We don't have to say.
What you talking about?
Do you think we're pushing long? Because the next question is, why it took so long
Right,
to get married?
come on.
No,
don't do
I
that.
mean, y'all did it when y'all did it. Ain't no,
Yeah, it wasn't broke, so we didn't fix it.
Why did y'all wait till 2014 though? Was there a reason? Because some people be having reasons like, oh, we were just trying to wait for this and do for this. Or...
With me, it was, I think I started to pressure him. My feelings started to change when I got into my 30s. And both of my children were in school, and I didn't share the same last name as them. And all my girlfriends were getting married. And I'm like, I think I need to get married. So it just, I don't know. My notion just changed, and I wanted to be a complete unit.
So from 97 though to 2014, that's a lot of years.
Now, we was rocking the whole time.
Now, the kids, y'all had the same kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Our daughter's 21.
how did you feel? Like, did you have a desire to be married? Because some people don't, and it's understandable.
I didn't. It's confusing now because I can't remember a time when I didn't want to now. But so it's hard to say exactly how I felt then. I do know it's probably more than likely due to immaturity. Because I see it in other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I remember that. What you doing right here? I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So it could have just been like immaturity and thinking that, just honestly speaking, like, is like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, yeah, it was
People,
probably.
I mean, people are always
not feeling
evolving,
sure.
so it's not like
Yeah.
it's like the person you met in '97 is not the person you're sitting with right now.
Right.
Now, of course, if the change is like real drastic, it's like, okay, hold on a second, but the person's always evolving. You're evolving together.
Right.
I think it's dope. I wanted to do this because it gives a backdrop and a weight behind you guys' resume for this game. It's not like somebody that just two people that got together last week or 2 months ago or a year ago and said, hey, let's do
We
it.
time in. Ray's got almost grown children now. We put time in.
Is that where a lot of the questions came from? Like just from the years of being in a relationship?
Yes. And the things that a lot of my girlfriends who don't have as much good luck in relationships have come to me and asked me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Things that I've been asked before. How do you do this? How do you make your man do that? Why? How does he stay, girl? Like, just the random questions that we ask and the things that I ask them. Because some people are in fresh relationships that do things that I don't do and would never do in my relationship. Like they go to the strip club with their man. I'm a little old school. You're going to look at this.
Yeah.
You're going to look at these titties you ruined. You're going to look at
You can't say that on the Man podcast.
No, it ain't. It's
you know what I'm saying?
I see.
The body you ruin, you will enjoy. No.
Well, hold on. Let's go. I'm gonna stay in this lane for just a quick second, man. Why do you say he ruined it?
Oh yeah,
No,
let's
that's just
accept.
my little joke. But
You really feel
he
that
used
way,
up all my good titty years.
You can't say that on the Man podcast.
So you
I
stuck.
think she just want to say that word.
Right.
I don't know what's going on? That might be a hint for you for later, bro. I don't know. She was like, I was hitting you on the podcast.
Right.
You ain't hear nothing? Come over here.
Right.
But you know, we have their children. The body's changed.
Yeah.
This is not the physique I came with in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm a different woman.
So you put some questions in there too.
Yeah.
So where do you think a lot of your questions come
It's a lot of. It's like 400 and something questions. So everybody contributed.
No, I'm saying, like, where do you think, like, even the questions that you might have contributed, do you think they came from, like, experiences? Like, she said some of her homegirls. Like,
Yeah, I like, my background is, you know, film and videography. So I think in movie.
Yeah.
So I twisted a lot of real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to.
What? Come on. What is it?
It's some things we do when we doing some stuff, and I twisted some
Is it stuff like stuff?
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff that end with an X.
Okay.
And like I took some of it, and in my mind, my
Well, give me
approach
an
was to
example.
twist
'Cause,
it.
I mean, the Value Podcast is discretionary.
Okay.
So, you know, parents, based on the episode they watching, they say, okay,
Children step
little
up. the
Junior,
room.
you can't watch this
Right.
particular episode.
Right.
Grown folk talking.
And I know you're not gonna go too extreme, but
Yeah.
Right.
take me there. I want to know. The listeners want to know.
The one that sticks out in my mind the most is which one of your partner's friends would you have sex with?
Y'all, that's a question in there?
That's a question.
What's crazy? Listen, I peeked at the game. But I didn't play it yet.
Right.
But just from peeking at it, I said, "Oh, bruh."
Yeah. But it's
What was that question again?
which one of your partner's friends would you sleep with? Now, here's the thing, though. I'm not saying that that's we ever.
Right. It's just a.
What I'm saying is it's a twisted play on something we do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And
Hold on a second.
Hey,
Hold on a
look
second.
at-
no,
Crazy on
not
this
do
couch
it.
right now.
Not
Okay, yeah, because I'm confused. I'm like, it's something we do. Like,
no,
oh.
not do it. Not do it. More say.
Oh, it's like something you
More
guys
say.
like. You guys have that conversation.
yeah,
and
like
just playing
say,
around.
playing
with
around, right?
it. Do anybody answer?
Nobody knows. This the first time anybody knows.
He's talking about when we play.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. You got to be crazy to answer that.
What-
Most times,
No,
somebody.
I'm saying, does
No, do
anybody?
we? No.
No, we don't answer. Nah.
So is that on the game? Is there an option that says nobody?
It says
Or
on
none of them?
Some of the questions, there's a little disclaimer on the bottom of the question that says none is a stump. So for that one right there, I don't know if that's on there.
I don't know if that's on there, but that's what the stump cards are for.
That's
If
what the
there's
stump
a
cards-
question you don't want to answer, I'm using my stump.
So the
Okay,
game.
let's backtrack.
Go ahead.
Let's play the game for me. Like, play it out for me right now.
Okay.
Like
so,
the stump card, because I'm kind of.
So you and your partner against us,
It's a couple versus couple game, not a
Right.
one-on-one.
not a one-on-one, right? So you guys find that card and you say, "Yo, this gonna get them stumped," because the object is to stump us out. You're trying to make us submit. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to make you use a stump card.
Yeah.
Right, you want the other couple to use 3 stump cards to
And
be
then
out.
they're
so
out.
you can be the last couple standing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so whoever is free enough to divulge crazy stuff like that, y'all obviously gonna win the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because so
Now
most
there's
people.
there's a stump. I don't mean to stop you. There's a stump card, because that could. Now who decides if we're gonna use a stump card? Is it one of the?
Yeah, because the
people-
question is asked.
See, that's a dirty game right there, still though. Because
you're
if you
still
use
in
the stump
trouble if you
card,
don't answer.
it's like you don't want to answer. Oh, hold on, but the stump card means like none. Like no, we're not into that.
We're not answering that.
Yeah, we're not answering that. So the rules of the game
I
is
don't like
if,
that.
the rules of the
Three
game
stumps
is
and you out.
if something doesn't apply, then I get to ask another question. So you couldn't say it doesn't apply, and then you get to ask another question. So if
Oh,
you
you can say it doesn't apply.
yeah, you can be like that. That doesn't
And
apply.
that's not a stump.
So like there's games and there's stuff in there about if your kid, if you found out the kid wasn't yours when they turned 18, if that doesn't apply to you, then
If y'all don't have children, it doesn't
You
apply.
It don't
put it
apply.
doesn't. But
But
what about
I get to ask another question.
Sleep with the friend thing.
Oh, you have to answer that.
I'm a stump.
Well, you can say that doesn't apply to us.
You get a stump.
I need a stump card. I just take a stump card.
I'll be asking off the record.
There's no way it can't.
Off the record,
And
I'm
then you have to
asking,
pick
like, yo,
which one
that
of us
last-
you want to ask.
Huh?
Right? You pick which one of us you want to ask.
Yeah.
So you and your wife together be like, Omar, let's ask Jamel because Jamel's not going to answer that.
Right.
You know, some people, if they play with us, everybody wants to ask me.
Right.
Because they know I'll answer anything.
Right.
Omar's way more reserved, so they're not gonna ask. Or
I'ma
they
stump
would because
every
they know
question.
he's gonna stump almost every question.
So this
Like,
is even a little bit of psychological because you can study
Right.
the couple while y'all
Yes.
playing. Like, oh, you know what? I've been seeing he's just kind of
Yes.
weak in that he not answering.
Right.
Let's put all these hard ones towards him.
Yes, you got it. So that's the thing. The thing about the game is we looked at before we even like said, okay, what is it going to be? How is it going to feel? What is it going to look like? We studied every other card game in the market, even card games that didn't have nothing to do with relationships. Most of them didn't have an objective. Like Cards Against Humanity, it doesn't really have an objective. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing we said, okay, we need to definitely put some objective in here. Second thing is, you're gonna be doing this with relationships, so why not make it like a character test? So I get to see a little bit more about your character through these questions. Like, wait a minute, why would you? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
So
I didn't know that
you
about
learn
you.
crazy stuff about your friends. that
about
you
your
did not
friends,
know.
yeah, you learn crazy stuff. But at the end of it though, the bonding is so immersive. You know what I'm saying? Because you know when you share, other people share, and that brings people together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on its surface, it's made to look dangerous and all of that.
Yeah.
But that's just a pill. You know, it's like curb appeal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But once you get into it, you have some fun, and y'all riding home. Like the first time we actually play tested it with some friends of ours, we were driving home like, yo, I didn't know so and so was like that. Yo, they crazy.
They the
Or-
sexiest couple on the internet, and one of the questions was, how many times a week are you having sex, and how many times a week would you prefer to have sex? We asked her husband, and he was like twice a week, and I wish we was doing it like 4, and we was like, we thought they was screwing off the
Yeah.
ceiling.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can say screw neither.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She done said titty. I think we just.
I
think we
thought they were
already
making
down the
love
lane.
off the roof, and they weren't. They were a more demure couple than I thought. You just learn all kind of things.
But
about
you know what? This is interesting because this, like you said, the bonding, and of course you look at like the curb appeal. It looks dangerous, but as you immerse yourself in this game, has it drawn you guys closer? Mm-hmm. From playing it with other couples?
Yeah, because I never would ever say anything like what I just said. Never.
I'm shocked.
But in playing the game, I get to see how other people share, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been able to share a little more, and also like with her, I can, for whatever reason, I can empathize with certain things a little bit more from the couple times that we played. You know what I'm saying? And hearing her response and hearing her response to other people's responses. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, so that pushed you that way, or it made you feel this way. Okay, I'm not saying it to her. I'm just thinking it. You know what I mean? And then applying it later.
Do you believe that it made him more vulnerable, or has he always been vulnerable?
It made him more vulnerable. It made him more vulnerable. He's more willing to talk about certain things that maybe were a little bit taboo before in front of people. He likes to act like we're virgins.
No, I'm saying like, has it even made him more vulnerable with you? Like, cause sometimes couples are like, they don't.
Honestly, developing some of the questions, there was some things that we came up with that we was like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you. Oh, I didn't know you felt that way. So there were a few things after 20-something years being together. There's still things to learn.
Yeah. So this is like a therapeutic game here, man. I guess it's all in the perspective.
It's all
about the approach.
You definitely got to be mature from the questions y'all throwing out there, though.
Yeah.
It's not 400 crazy questions though.
Right.
There's a nice little mix.
It's a balance.
When was the first time? When was the first moment you noticed you loved your partner?
What was the nicest thing your partner
The nicest
ever
thing
did
your
to you?
partner's ever done. The sweetest gift you ever got.
But you know what's interesting? Even when you say that, like, what's the nicest thing your partner ever done? You might have a guy or a girl there that's like, that time frame of thinking can have somebody like,
Oh yeah, the question's the time too.
okay. So
yeah.
y'all got to give me all the games,
Yeah.
like secrets, like. So,
So
it's
you
time.
got-
How long is the time?
You get 20 seconds to answer,
20 seconds.
or you get a stump card.
So if you don't answer in 20 seconds, you're getting a stump card.
You get a stump card, yeah. So we made it like we wanted it to be like a game, like a real game. Like you play spades,
Yeah.
or you play, pity pat or Uno or anything like that. So there's ways to skip. There's a card called You Answer It. So if I ask you a question and you sitting with that You Answer It card, you could be like, nah, you answer it. And I'm looking like, like, and I just threw this crazy question at you, and you throwing it back on me. So, what else? In the expansions, we got something called a stump remover. So you know what I'm saying? We added a stump removers to that. So if you got 3 or 2 stumps and you don't want another one, you can use your stump remover and you back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So
You have to maintain 5 cards in your hand at all times.
yeah, you got to keep 5 cards. In
So
your
you
hand.
just keep plucking from the deck. Once you ask a question, you refill.
And this is
you
only
reset.
this game is only for 2 couples. You
No.
can't have more than 2
No,
couples.
you
Playing it though.
no with the expansions
have-
you could probably have up to 8 couples.
This one right here.
Well, with the expansions,
this.
yeah, with the expansions.
With this is 2 to 4 couples.
2 to 4 couples, yeah.
2 to 4 couples
Yeah.
with the regular game.
Yeah. I mean, you can have more couples than that, but what's gonna happen is that there's only with so many cards. You know what I'm saying? It's 180 something cards, so
Now what's the drinking thing in the front?
that's the drinking game. So
Is that part of the last couple standing?
yeah,
How does that
it's an
work?
expansion. So basically, there all the questions in there. I think it's 30 questions in there. 30 questions in there have everything to do with like drinking. So what was the last person you drunk text, or stuff like that. Everything has something to do
The
with
couple
dressing.
with the most stump cards right now, take a shot.
Yeah, so that's the
So
action.
you added to your,
Yeah.
your
Added to it.
existing
Added to it.
original game for more cards. If you played 3-4 times, you ran through most of the cards, you want to add more, you get the expansion pack.
So how many times do you think a couple can play the game before it's like? Because I mean, after you play it once, it's like you play it again, you might get the same questions.
The game is different every time you play it with a different couple. So you might play it with your church friends, and it's wild and crazy. But then you take the same card, same game, and play it with your friends that's loose, and it's also wild and crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it changes because of people's reaction. So it's almost like you could take the game like, yo, we gonna throw this on the table, see what they do.
But wouldn't it give me an advantage if I played it like maybe twice, and then I'm playing it with a person who never played it, and we already know if we throw in with this
That's
question,
true.
we know how
Yeah.
we gonna answer. Because
It may be your turn to host the game. Yeah. And you host, and you and your wife ask the questions and get the trouble started.
Yeah. Or
But
get on
there's
the
the-
email list and wait for the new game to come.
No,
The
I'm
new
not
expansion.
doing that.
Quarantine is
Listen,
for the
man.
one-on-one. This comes in your box. This is for your one-on-one play.
that was in one box. Let me see.
This is your quarantine pack. We developed
Do
that
people
one
want to
during
play
COVID.
this? Why they in quarantine?
I don't know.
Pull one of these cards out. Let's
No,
see
these, now
Those.
those are
Do you want to be locked in the house with somebody playing?
nah. Those are not as crazy. Those
So
are
the
not as crazy.
quarantine pack comes with every box. Those don't, but with the original game, the quarantine pack for one-on-one play comes with it.
One of these questions, I'm gonna just do 2 of them. One of them says, "Are you with me because I'm the best you can do?"
You pulled out a steamer off the bread.
And see, the thing is, when you ask a question like that, I would be, if I'm asking it to my significant other, I would be looking at the timing. Like, if it's taking you a while to answer that question, then it's
Right.
kind of like, you're going to tuck the card away. You're going to be like, but mental note, you're like, dang, she took kind of a while to answer that question.
Right.
Yeah, okay, that one's, okay.
You gotta read it. Read it.
Oh.
Okay. One.
Could I be better at managing money?
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of
But then
couples
even
have
that-
money problems.
That card right there could cause, that one card right there and that question, if the person's being brutally honest, maybe they never were honest and go, you know what, you don't handle money too well.
They could be sitting
that
at
could-
home
that-
playing this and the lights getting ready to get cut off.
That could have somebody in a tight position. I'm gonna do one more.
Now, but here's the thing though. If we never push our relationships to these places, then they will never grow. You just sitting with your resentment of, the lights always getting cut off because of you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, yo, you could be better with this whole paying the light bill thing. You know what I mean? So it's all about the approach, and it's all about how how you grow from it.
Not that one, Jamal.
I'm gonna read it. What's something about me that you wished you would have known up front?
Oh, that's easy.
See that y'all saying they easy, and I believe they easy, but you gotta think. This is
No,
I think,
everybody,
First of all,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
this is an
everybody.
amazing game. I think this is so therapeutic. This is like counseling fun.
Right.
People might not be as assertive, and I noticed that with some couples, they're not assertive. They're not assertive in a mean way, but they're not used to saying
Voicing
how they
themselves.
feel. And this game could challenge that. And then if you do say how you feel, is your partner ready to receive how you feel?
Right.
So that can cause some tension right there. So this may need a mediator.
I don't know about all that.
Huh?
I don't
That's
know
what
about
the
all
other
that.
couples are there for.
That's what I might
The
be
other
there for.
couples are there
Mediate
for the
this game right
mediation.
here.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
What she just said.
The other couples are there for the mediation.
Yeah.
They're kind of that soft
buffer.
place. Yeah, the soft place to land when you get an answer you don't really like.
Have you guys played this with a couple or have seen couples play that just really got into some heated moments?
One, like the very first time we played it, it was still on index cards, and one of the ladies found out something about their girlfriend that she didn't know before, and they kind of talked about it a little longer than they should have, but it didn't. They didn't. I mean, they went on to. I don't think
They didn't get married. They got engaged.
They
but
got They went on to
wound up
get.
not getting
Yeah, they went on to
married.
get engaged, and then
Yeah,
they.
one lady, it was a couple, two females, and one found out that the one that she thought was her best friend, she was like, I thought that was your best friend. She was like, no, we used to go together. And they found that out
Through the game.
while playing the game. So we had to take about a 30-minute break while they discussed that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a mediator is definitely or the couple that's playing, one of those couples have to be mature.
It's not really that bad though. It's
Well,
I
you
think
don't
you're
get
saying
all-
that
you
because
don't
you
get
the
all
you
that
the you're one of the inventors. So it's like, nah, it's not.
No, I'm
that
saying,
bad.
like,
Give me throw another question out there.
a good one.
No, just
fun
that
one, or-
one of them questions like
Oh, one of them.
one
questions?
of
of
them
those
stump
questions?
card. I'm out
Oh,
of
you
stump.
didn't open this.
Let's see.
I don't remember
What's a
all
good
these
one?
questions.
Trying to think what I've been putting on the page.
I can go without my partner ever going to blank ever again. I didn't want to open his stuff. Yeah.
See, to me, I don't know.
I still
To
think
me,
it's
there's
fun, though.
questions like if your wife and I were heading to the car, and it's Mother's Day, and your mother
yeah.
is with you, right? It's your mother and your wife. You're headed to the car. Who sits in the front? I'm the type of wife. Your mama gonna have to sit in the back. I'm gonna throw her a pillow. She gonna be comfy, but your mama hitting that back. See, some wives don't feel that way. Some wives like, no, mommy can ride in the front. Mommy can't.
And
ride.
some moms will be a little tight.
Be tight about that.
That's
Like-
okay. Be tight back there.
Last couple standing. Wow. Give me one more.
Does your couple is your partner fat? Do you think your partner needs to lose weight?
That's a question.
That's a question.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna pull up.
Right, pull up
Let's
a
see.
few. I'm
See,
trying
if
off
a
the top
woman
of the
asks
head.
if a woman ask a guy that, we might have to. That's a stump card. Or that actually
Yeah.
that don't apply to us.
See, that's but see, that's the part about the game. Like, in order to make it fun, it couldn't just be the sweetest stuff you ever said
Yeah.
to your wife.
Yeah.
It has to be a challenge. So we made it kind of like a tennis match. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hit the ball in the beginning, it's like, and you hit it back. Then as we hitting it back and forth, it gets more intense.
Yeah.
So that's basically how we did it. So it's balanced. It's like it's some cool questions in there that wouldn't cause no arguments at all. But then there's some that would make you be like, nah, I'm taking stop call. I don't want to answer this. You know what I'm saying?
we try to aim for fun, right? I think we try to aim for
nothing's
fun
in
and
there.
embarrassing more.
Yeah, nothing embarrassing. Yeah, nothing's
Yeah.
in there that would that we intentionally tried to cause an argument. It's just stuff that you may not want to divulge in front of everybody.
Right,
It's
right.
really the angle we was going for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, of course, we couldn't like foresee any all the millions of different possibilities of people's dynamics in their relationship. We can't
Yeah.
do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had to base it on like us, you know what I'm saying, and Aaron and his fiance and the people we know, you know what I'm saying. And we like to have a good time. We talk stuff, you know what I'm saying, and joke with each other all the time. So as a group, so
Man, so where do y'all see this game going? Like in the next 5 years, what do y'all believe Last Couple Standing would be?
the goal is to be as big as Cards Against Humanity. So Cards Against Humanity just got a $500 million valuation. You know the game, Cards Against Humanity?
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it.
So it's just some white dudes came up with some question cards, and you come up with the most ridiculous response to the card, and you know, that's really all it is. But they built an empire. It's everywhere now. You know what I mean? So because couples, everyone becomes a couple. Not everyone, but most people becomes a couple at some point in their life. It's always going to be new couples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like playing the game of life. There's always new families to play that game. So I feel like this game can go on and on for. We'll be playing this 20 years from now in my mind.
I actually love, now that I got the whole background behind the game, I'm actually in love with the game. I really want to play it, and I really want to use it as a tool for coaching, man. Like,
Right,
that's powerful.
right. Somebody
right
else
there,
said that. Yeah.
I like to get people on camera saying this stuff too, man. How is Jamel going to be a part of this one day? How do you guys like the book?
Well,
this is not about my book. This
Right.
is about the game.
No.
But I'm just curious.
I didn't read the whole book. I read like a chapter and a half. This week has been like last
Real
couple weeks.
crazy
It's been super crazy, like with everything. Yeah. But what I read, I was like, this is some really dope stuff in here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, your approach is like, it feels like a down home approach. It's probably because you're from New York.
Yeah.
And so some of the stuff that you say is real relatable. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, I enjoyed like the chapter and a half that I did read, and right now it's open on my bed. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I finished reading it for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where my phone at? Cause I gotta get y'all. I got those 3 words. Oh, it's in my back pocket. I was gonna say something. How long y'all been married? You said. Well, how long y'all been together? Let's not even go to marriage.
24 years.
24 years. So a couple listening, a couple watching right now. Like, what's one piece of advice you would give them, and then you go next to that woman out there that's listening. To that woman out there,
know how to argue.
Knowing how to argue.
Knowing how to argue. Your arguments do not consist of "I'm leaving." You solve the problem, and you come up with a solution so that you don't have to go over that again. You know what I'm saying? When that a problem arises, you both know how you both feel about it, and you've come to a compromise. But leaving and saying and threatening to leave is not the way to argue. So how to argue?
Okay. Omar.
Yeah, I was gonna. That was gonna be my thing to say, because I think it's powerful when you take. If you decided for whatever reason that this person is the one you want to be with, and you take leaving off the table, then that forces you to have to deal with things in the now, in the present, in your relationship. And I feel like, you may have to keep dealing with stuff to make you be like, no, I think I am gonna leave. But that's not your first course of action. You know what I mean? A lot of, I feel like a lot of folks be like, well, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like love and relationships is supposed to be easy. It's no way. We both came out of 2 different holes into this place. And now we're here. She was raised up by a whole different family in a whole different part of New York than I was. So there's no way we're gonna see eye to eye on everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we just say, all right, cool, let me understand, you know what I'm saying, your vantage point. And then you try to understand my vantage point, and then, like she said, maybe we can come up with a compromise to figure out how we can just move past this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants like this. It's supposed to be perfect, like The Notebook, and all romantic and bloomy and all that. And real life is really not like that. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have those times when you feel fuzzy and all of that stuff like that. But especially after being together for as long as we have, is you got to find other things to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the fuzzy stuff no more. You know what I mean?
Well, I think y'all definitely found something with this game. For real. Yeah. I know this game had to draw y'all closer, man.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Points of it, some parts, but he goes to the office and I work from home, because sometimes working together is tricky.
Okay.
Let's be honest. It's tricky.
I got 3 words.
All right.
I ask everybody that come on the podcast how they relate to you. So it's both of y'all, so I guess y'all both have to answer.
All right.
The first word is agreement. What does that mean to you?
Agreement to me means seeing things my way. We agree to see things my way.
Man,
What does it mean to you?
agreement? That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm a compromiser. So agreement to me could be me saying, I'm alright with where I sit here, and cool, let's go forward. So I don't know how to put that in a, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Like, you know, if it's something, like for instance, she was saying I didn't make her feel safe the other day because we were getting in a car, we was getting in an Uber, and it was 2 people in the Uber, and I was looking down playing on this little video game on my phone, and she said, I'm not getting in that car. And I'm thinking she talking about COVID, you know what I'm saying? But when we got home, she got mad and was talking about they could have set us up, they could have robbed us or whatever. So, and I was like, I wasn't even thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? And we had a whole big thing just about that right there. But I think just I had to be like, okay, I get what you know what I'm saying? Because the things that happen in your life, you probably feel a certain way about danger, that, you know, a different way than I do, you know what I'm saying? And so I had to just eat that and say, all right, cool. So next time, even if you don't tell me, or you don't say, yo, I feel like I'm not gonna be safe, then I'll still try to be cognizant of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even though I was totally against, I was like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, I had to be like, all right, I get it.
Can't believe you shared that. Look at you being all vulnerable.
I am.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's the. I think it's the.
it's the lights.
Nah, it's the aromatherapy in the room. I think that it's like a.
It's the Value Podcast.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's the
It's
Value
presence.
Podcast. Yeah, we're gonna talk about your agreement answer too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you rest on that one. Okay. The next word is resilience. You can go first.
Resilience is, I think of people. I think of Malcolm X. I think of my grandmother. I think of for some reason I always forget her name. Who's the lady that was gonna be on the $20 bill?
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, I don't know why I be forgetting her name. Mm-hmm. Harriet Tubman, like, especially Harriet Tubman, just knowing her story, like the what she did multiple times to save other people, even though she could have been hung, buried, killed, whatever. That's resilience to me. So now, whenever I'm complaining about just these modern problems, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, well, you know, what would Harriet do? What would Martin do? What would my grandmother do? You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll keep going. They'll figure out a way. You know what I'm saying? They'll put a handful of beans in the pot, boil it with some butter, salt, pepper, and we got dinner. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think of resilience.
When I think of resilience, I think of a mother's love. Like, no matter how much you down, no matter how much you mess up, no matter what's going on, mom is always that soft spot. You know what I'm saying? And mom stays strong for the team. So I don't know, when I think resilience, I think my mother, and I just think strength. And
Nice.
not getting knocked down, but always back 10 toes, that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next word. You start first this time.
Okay.
Conflict.
Me? Conflict. When raised in certain societies, is the only way you know how to communicate.
Mm.
You know?
What do you mean by that? Like, are you talking about yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Come from Harlem. Really tough, you know. So yeah, that's kind of, you know, what I think of.
Now, do you still feel that's a way to communicate?
No.
Or do you utilize it?
I utilize it. I utilize it because I know certain aggressions when I see it. I know how to keep myself safe in the streets because of conflict. So yeah, I see conflict sometimes as it's a way to communicate, but it's a way to get to the other side. Conflict doesn't always end negatively.
Mm-hmm. Do you find like if you guys have conflict, do you add to the fire or do you diffuse it?
I'm usually the fire.
Oh, usually the fire.
Entire fire.
The entire fire?
The entire fire.
Okay, so what does conflict mean to you before we go there?
Conflict is to me. Conflict is honestly, conflict is scary. I don't like conflict. I don't like arguing. I don't like any of that stuff. So I'll do a lot of things to avoid any conflict. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, conflict is scary. But I'm learning, like what she said, you can grow out of conflict. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning sometimes, let's just go ahead and have at it. Yeah.
I think just if it's being done healthy and you have conflict resolution skills,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So check it out. I want you to look at the camera, tell the people where they can find you guys at, where can they find the game at, all of that good stuff.
So you can find the game on Instagram at The Last Couple Standing. The website is shop.lcsgame.com. Yeah, that's it.